Hey there folks, welcome back to Let's Play Starcraft. I'm the mysterious JG, your choice in Starcraft Let's Players, assuming that you haven't discovered any of the other choices yet. So we got the Terran campaign, we were working on that, and we are finally going to get to the last mission I completed before I started recording. The Trump Card. Now, sometimes when I was in Afghanistan, I would hear, either gender could do it, but typically it was a woman. If a man and a woman went to the gym together and the man sort of failed in some manly gym activity in the weight gym, the woman would pull his man card. And there are, men cards, there are punk cards, but Trump cards are different. And Trump cards, when you pull a Trump card, you win. It has something to do with one of those oldie-timey card games I used to play before they were video games. But let's stop talking rubbish and get on with the LP. The Trump Card, Secret Staging Area, Antica Prime Colony.
Commander, our position has been discovered. As of 2 hours ago, a large Confederate strike force arrived on Antigua Prime and established a base camp within our defensive perimeter. Arcturus Mengsk is calling a meeting.
Hey, man.
Greetings. I know you're all concerned about the Confederate strike force. But first, we have a grave matter to discuss.
Well, where's
It
Duke?
seems our data disks didn't hold weapon designs after all. Lieutenant Kerrigan will explain.
You all know that the Confederates run a program for psychically gifted humans.
Well, I didn't know
Trained
that.
to be ghosts.
Thank you, Miss
Those
Exposition.
running the program found that the Zerg are attuned to the psychic emanations of ghosts.
So the Zerg are here for you, darling? Huh. This keeps getting better.
Well, the Zerg do find me pretty hot.
There's been a lot of secret Confederate research surrounding ghosts and the Zerg. What we stole was a small but critical piece of the puzzle. Designs for a transplanar psionic waveform emitter. The emitters broadcast the neural imprint of a ghost, but at a much greater magnitude. These things reach across worlds.
Why, that could drive the plot of many missions to come.
Psi emitters to lure the Zerg into isolated containment areas. Your colony, Mar-Sara Commander, was one such location.
What are you saying?
I'm saying the Zerg are a secret weapon developed by the Confederacy.
I love the look of shock on Jungle Jimmy's face there.
Confederate weapons test. Just as they destroyed Core Hall with nuclear weapons to establish dominance a generation ago.
Thank you, Mr.
they
Exposition.
used the Zerg to put an end to their other rivals. Only this time there'd be no outrage. Who could suspect the aliens were their creation? No. They'd be lauded as heroes for coming in and destroying the Zerg.
Yeah, that's like what I was saying last
The
time.
Confederacy paid for its crimes, and I know just the way. Lieutenant Kerrigan is going to plant an emitter at the Confederate base camp. Commander, you will provide her with an escort. When the Zerg arrive, they'll break the blockade for us and we'll make our escape. Now, get moving.
Wow, that's a pretty ferocious plan that makes Kaz. Yeah, I didn't actually remember this mission that well. I was probably doing too much speculating or pretend speculating for somebody who actually does know how the plot plays out. But that was what I was thinking, with all these hints Mengsk had been dropping, and the Zerg at that research base or whatever. It's like a typical sci-fi plotline. It turns out this evil threat is actually a Nixonian government gone amok, and they developed this weapon. But that's what they're telling us is going on with the Zerg. Mengsk's plan to turn this right around on them and lure their own weapon to destroy them. It feels like this should be like a really tough mission, but the final mission of the game. Like, after going through the first two storylines, we finally find out the true secret of the Zerg. They were created by the Confederacy, and now we're going to turn their own weapon against them. But it's coming awfully early in the storyline, but hey, that's how I'm thinking of this, folks. This is like a big climax mission against the Confederates, so let's see, climax, eh? Let's see how it goes. Starcraft tips. Most Terran buildings can fly. Select the building and click liftoff button to fly. Press the button again to select location to land.
I'm having doubts about this, Arcturus. I just don't think anyone deserves to have the Zerg unleashed on them.
I know you have personal feelings about this, but you can't let your past cloud your judgment. Carry out your orders, Lieutenant.
Yeah, folks, I kind of know something of import here. Get out of there. Having played this mission before, I know these little things on the outskirts of our base, we can't hold those right now. Because there are colonial or Confederate defenses up here, siege tanks and the like. Yeah, we can't actually hold this. So we have to, you are meant to pull back behind your lines here.
Base is under attack.
There's a siege tank up here shooting at those buildings. We got nothing to destroy it. You can't hold them. Mission's actually kind of unfair in that way. In one way, I mean, it's not unfair, but if you don't know that and you start trying to hold these places, you're going to lose quickly.
Base is under attack.
Your best bet is just to pull back to what you can defend. If you look at the map, we're on kind of an island here. There's a bridge connecting us to what had been a great place for a secondary base. And it still is. We just have to form up enough forces to hold it. And then there's two bridges leading up there. So we pull behind the bridges, make our own defensive line a little shorter, and we're in good shape.
What do you want?
I'm just trying to play the game, man. Relax.
SCV good to go, sir.
It's not like a biker to be hostile for no reason. Now, when I played this off-screen, I built 2 bunkers at each of these entrances, and we actually never really got attacked in that much force from this direction. So once you pull back and give up on these spots here, because it's fairly early in the campaign, the computer kind of leaves you alone, more or less.
Insufficient Vespine gas.
Sorry, but the key to all this is, what I was getting at here is, you just pull your guys back and don't let them get themselves killed.
Job finished. Outstanding. Orders, Captain?
And that'll save you having to train up guys. Now, I had built, like, a bunker here and a bunker here. Both of them full of Marines with the siege tank behind. I don't know why you're not allowed to build here, but whatever. That's overkill. You don't really need that much. Or at least it didn't seem like it last time I played through.
Commander. Let's move.
Didn't I bring a... Yeah, science facility got slightly damaged by fire from a siege tank before I could get it going. 2 Marines.
Commander.
So we'll fill this one up completely.
Rock and roll.
This one could use 1 more Marine. But then this one, yeah, so we'll need to build at least 2 more Marines.
I read you.
And this guy is holding the transmitter. He cannot actually gather resources. He's just a unit that is now associated with that transmitter. If he gets killed, we lose the mission. That should be in our mission objectives. Kerrigan, no, it says Kerrigan must survive, but I think if that SCV gets killed, you lose. But it could be if your SCV gets killed, you're allowed to use another SCV to pick up the, let's just see if he's allowed to gather resources. Nope, he just parks outside of it.
Roger that. You want a piece of me, boy? Commander.
King Tut, the boy commander. Not that he commanded boys, but he was a boy who was also in command of like a whole country. You hear what I'm saying?
Greetings, Command. Commencing. Give me something to shoot.
Base is under attack.
Okay, so here's an attack, and they barely touched us. And that's typical of the strength of the attacks we'll see from the computer in this mission. This is a mission, they have a large enough base built up that it could have been quite challenging if the AI was being like really aggressive and started off with a troop advantage that they have right now. Matter of fact, if they mobilized their standing defensive forces and threw them against us, I don't think you could build up your defenses fast enough to stop them. But in these campaign missions, the computer tends to be pretty easy on you. I mean, at this point, we really are still expected to be learning how the game is played. Because stuff for Starcraft junkies to remember, but yes, there was a point when this game came out, and it was not, like, assumed that everyone had hours of gameplay experience with Starcraft. Alrighty.
Transmit orders.
So we need to get some, could get siege tanks going to make our defenses even better. And I did that the last time I played through this, this map, but like I said, I discovered then that I had these defenses that were pretty damn tough and durable going, but I never got attacked by anything that would have,
SCV good to go, sir.
you know, required me to have defenses that tough.
Reporting for duty.
Base is under attack.
A single wraith? Yeah, come on.
SCV good to go, sir.
Come on.
Orders, Captain.
Who are you kidding with that? Don't you bring that weak shit in here! Okay, that's not the wraith that needs to be repaired. This is not the wraith you're looking for.
Job finished.
I mean,
Orders,
missile
Captain.
turret. This wireless mouse I got is really frustrating, but the only surface it seems to be able to detect and react to is the frickin' laptop itself.
I read you.
I won't worry about that just yet. Upgrade our soldiers. Now I do have. I like to bring them together just so it's easier to jump back and forth between them. But I do have
I read you.
a good number of barracks already, or 2 barracks already. And although I'm sure there are more effective strategies, I mean, in this map, you're really supposed to, I think, start using the siege tank. That's the new technology for this map. They don't tell you about it. There's no tutorial where it's explained to you, but you get to use siege tanks, and I believe you're supposed to use them. Siege tanks creeping forward in siege mode to expand their range, with the Marines guarding them so that nobody can just come right up to them and kill them. The siege tanks are long-range units primarily. That's really how you're supposed to do this map, but I just tend to build lots of Marines.
Add-on complete.
Job finished. I read you.
Okay. Now somebody asked, what does the game show when you click on a command center? It shows a little adjutant face, the little robo-chick face. And they asked, how does it change your total population limit? It provides 10 supplies. Your supply max is 200. It's always 200 unless you go in and hack the rules, which you can do on a custom map, but you can't do in the campaign mode. But yeah, your supply max is 200. So building command centers does not impact that. It adds 10 supplies. Somebody asked about this. Supply depot's at, I can't tell if that's a 9 or an 8. I'll tell you in a second. Right now our limit is 42. Let's see if it goes to 50. If it goes to 50, that means that it adds 8, and I'm pretty sure it adds 8. Either way, supply depots cost a heck of a lot less than command centers. You build additional command centers if you want to have extra ComSat stations. Later on, you can have extra nuclear silos. And, of course, they're resource gathering points. You do not build command centers because of the extra supply. That's just an added effect. They're way too expensive to be built just for that reason. You build supply depots if all you need is supply. You build command centers when you want to be able to gather resources at new places.
Job finished.
And yeah, it's 8 because our supply went up to 50. Now I have to check and see if we can get up to, if we are allowed to research past weapon level 1 this time. At some point it just switches up and we can go all the way up to 3. There's no point where we can only go up to 2. It goes straight from you are capped at level 1 research to you can go all the way up to level 3, which is the highest.
Job finished. Yes, sir?
Base is
Science
under
vessels
attack.
misinterpret to tow cloaked foes. Oh, we're being attacked by a cloaked wraith that I can't see. That's why we got that message. And as I bring him into range, they can see, and they get fired on, and they'll get destroyed fairly quickly because wraiths are not particularly powerful.
Affirmative, sir. You want a piece of me, boy? Reporting for duty.
So that's a little lesson on how to find cloaked units. Let's get back down to you. Let's hotkey you in case I need to use you for that. And I can also set patrol.
Upgrade complete.
Click patrol, click another spot on the map, and the unit will go back and forth between those two sites. Very useful with science vessels if you're trying to use one science vessel to cover multiple entrances against ghosts, enemy ghosts.
Yes, sir?
And we can research more stuff, so what I might do here is actually build. People will consider this a waste of resources, but it's not many, and we'll get our upgrades much faster if we have 2 academies going, because one of them will research weapons while the other one researches armor. I won't have to wait for 6 different things to research. In the meantime, I've got a group of 12 Marines,
Piece of me, boy.
and another couple are on the way.
You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy?
Now, I want to be careful with building too much stuff, of course, because we've only got this one set of initial minerals to work with.
Piece of me, boy. You want a piece of me, boy?
And we will be going up against enemy siege tanks, and they can really hurt your Marines bad if all you build is Marines.
Reporting for duty.
So let's get you working on mining.
You want a piece of me, boy?
And then, although it's silly, I have a habit of waiting for. I'll wait for this to upgrade, and then I can start researching level 2 weapons and armor at the same time. It's just this weird compulsion I have.
You want a piece of me, boy?
And that way, level 2 weapons and armor will finish at about the same time.
You want a piece of me, boy? Roger.
And we didn't really have enough minerals to research anything anyway. Quiet. And then our quiet is disrupted by the sounds of mining. We'll find that level 2 research costs 175 instead of 100 and I believe the final research is like 250 or possibly 300. I researched no, I didn't research anything with these. I need to show you siege tanks before this is all over. Well, let's research siege mode ability first. You are not doing anything. Get over here and mine.
Right away, sir.
This is the beacon we need to reach. As you can see, it's well behind where the fog of war starts, so you'd better believe that they've got defenses built up around here. It's kind of in the middle of a base. Although, as you can see, they got guys just kind of standing around idle. There's even a battle cruiser. Like, if they actually sent these guys to attack me, I'd be in real trouble. And it didn't even look like their army was researching anything. Some of those buildings are just decorative. But still, we can't escape from the fact that
Research complete.
they've got a more powerful wireless audio devices are available. I don't know why this message is coming up. Sorry, I don't know what that was about. I thought this research was complete, which was going to excite me because then I could move on to researching more stuff.
Research complete.
And now that research is complete.
Upgrade complete.
The upgrade's complete. Okay. Now I got level 2 weapons and armor going at the same time. And that leaves me enough to start building 2 siege tanks. Why can't I build Goliaths? I don't have an armory. For some reason, Goliaths require more tech than siege tanks do, even though I consider siege tanks a more powerful unit. You'll see siege tanks have a lot of damage output, especially for Terrans. Protoss generally are the ones with the big damage units, but siege tanks... blast from a siege tank does more damage than any one-hit attack the Zerg are capable of delivering, as far as I know. I mean, they're freaking tanks. That's what they are. So, here is the siege tank. It has armor of 1. It has damage of 30. These guys with upgraded weapons have damage of 7, but they fire a lot faster. So what's so great about the siege tank? It can't even fire at the air. Well, it can fire a short range in this mode and has no restriction. When it goes into siege mode, you won't see it till we get attacked, or until I start attacking with them. Its range increases dramatically. Its attack more than doubles, but it now has a minimum range. It can't fire at something that's close by. It has to fire at things that are far away. So you put siege tanks behind bunkers, and then, if you can see your enemies coming, they get hit with several powerful blasts, which I don't know if they do area damage in this game or not. I think they do, and they definitely do in Starcraft 2, because in that campaign mode you can tinker with how much area blast damage they do, or you can do something that increases the damage to the primary target but doesn't affect splash damage or whatever. But yeah, siege tanks, backbone of the Terran defense after the Marines. You put bunkers in the front, siege tanks behind them. Some people even advocate putting supply depots in front of the bunkers because the supply depots are cheap and you can just rebuild them. But I had at one point, I played this before, this is the last mission I played before I was like, alright, stop playing and just LP it. But, siege tanks, yeah. I had like 2 bunkers and 2 siege tanks at each entrance, which was completely unnecessary. That's not an unbreakable defense, especially if your opponent has good air, but since the siege tanks don't do any good against the air units. But I kind of knew that I wasn't going to get attacked with a lot of air power in this.
Reporting for duty.
So this is sort of a smash and grab mission. You're supposed to blitz through, get to this, while protecting an SCV. Here we go. Here we go. Siege tanks in action. Watch this. See him blowing up that Goliath? Goliath was just barely in range. It did actually do some damage. Somebody did anyway. I'm not sure if this section up here even got attacked. But yeah, that Goliath got blown up while I was still hanging out over here. He wasn't ever even close enough to the bunkers for the bunkers to attack him, I don't believe. Maybe I'm wrong. Just trying to figure out why that bunker, which was the last thing I'd selected, wasn't going into siege mode. Oh, you've got minerals. I shouldn't have picked you away while you were actually holding minerals. But unlike the guys holding this thing, guys who are holding resources actually will go back to, go construct stuff if you tell them to. So he's got 0 kills. I guess I was wrong. It must be somebody in the bunker who actually got credit for the kill. Unless it was like a vulture. No, that'd be silly. Alright. Give them just a little more time. Alright, so instead of having our Marines upgraded once, like in previous missions, we'll actually have them upgraded with 6 plus 3 damage and 0 plus 2 armor by the time this is all over. Won't that be great?
You want a piece of me, boy?
And we've now got 36 Marines who are just about ready to go.
Let's move.
On this map, that won't be enough, though. Especially because I'm going to be going up against Marines. I mean, siege tanks. Maybe it's time to start scouting what we have to do. Now, we could cross these bridges, but it's much more direct to go down here. So let's take a look at what we're up against. Up here, there were siege tanks who attacked us, and they're still there. So this guy will hunker down into siege mode again to attack us if we, when we start trying to pass through. Ideally, we can build some wraiths to get rid of him. More siege tanks. They don't really have bunkers. They could definitely be making this harder than they are. It'll be a hard one. Up here, in the meantime, there's just like there's like bases that we could be attacking, taking them over, but it's not necessary. Kerrigan's still hanging out.
I'm ready. Thinking the same thing?
Not much point in risking her by getting her involved. She's a more powerful unit than a typical ghost, but she can still get killed, so not much point in risking her. In case we want to research stuff or build dropships, I suppose. Just about out of minerals, so we do need to make whatever move we're going to make pretty soon here. I think we certainly got enough to can bring up a dropship here, drop the Marines, and get rid of that siege tank.
Job finished. Orders, Captain?
Just don't get yourself trapped.
Add-on complete.
Probably build an armory at some point so I can, if I do decide to build more siege tanks, I can improve them. Again, you can build 2 armories if you want to build improvements quickly. But what was I going to do? I was going to scan over here to see where is a good place to... They don't have missile turrets here. If they had missile turrets defending this, it would be a lot harder. As it is, I can get a dropship going, drop some Marines here to kill siege tanks, and just march over this way, and we'll be free and clear to build our own base there.
Receiving headquarters.
I think these guys, each of these can hold 8. And I've got, what, 36?
Standing by.
Well, I'm not going to drop all of them, but I could drop 16.
Job finished. Reporting for duty.
Go ahead and get another armory going. Why not? I feel like building in 2s. Into what? Science Vessel's a neat new unit for this map, although you don't really need to do very much with it here. What happened to my Science Vessel? I set it to patrol. Pretty sure it didn't get blown up. Oh, it got shot at by a Wraith, and that took it off of its patrolling orders.
I read you. Right away, sir. Transmit orders.
So, Science Vessels can do a couple of interesting things. They start out with Defensive Matrix. That's a spell, essentially, that they can cast, and
Transmit
it means that they, whatever unit's affected by it only takes 1 damage per attack for a limited time. They have EMP Shockwave, which you can research.
Upgrade complete.
That removes all energy from whatever the target unit was. Alright, so our Marines are fully powered up, level 3 everything. And in addition to...
Can I take your orders?
Okay, and these guys are ready, which means it's time to start going here. And in addition to too much going on, I can't stop doing stuff. In addition to EMP Shockwave, it has Irradiate. If you cast that on a biological unit, i.e. not Goliaths or Siege Tanks, the unit that's been hit by it will lose stamina over time hit points over time until it dies. Units that are physically nearby will also get damaged.
Affirmative, sir.
And stuff.
Standing by. Go, go, go.
I'm listening. Input coordinates. I'm listening. Destination. Input coordinates.
Give me some of this
Maybe I'll just let
Destination.
the group of 12, the first group of 12,
Strap yourself
drop
in,
off
boy.
here, and the other guys will just
Give me some of this shoot.
come over this way. Alright, drop ships are coming.
Rock and roll.
Their guys aren't leveled up at all.
Commander. Standing by. Give me some of this shoot. Rock and roll. Jacked up and good to go.
They're not even using siege mode with their siege tanks. So they're really not being very smart about this. Now the Wraith is going to shoot at us while it's cloaked. We can't do anything. But we'll get the Science Vessel over here to keep an eye on things for us. Science Vessel is a detector. It will make cloaked units visible.
Standing by.
I guess I could take a shot at finishing this thing, but...
Jacked up and good to go. Standing by. Go, go, go.
Yeah, we're just going to lure in a lot of enemies to attack us. We're not going to, I don't think, be able to overpower. We're going to draw in all the enemies that were hanging around there. We're not going to be able to win this way. It's possible, I suppose. Yeah, you know, we really don't have that far we've got to go. If I had my SEV waiting to support us. But I think we've got... Have we got siege tanks up here in siege mode? No, they don't really use siege mode like they should. But they are now shooting at my science vessel.
Your forces are under attack.
Oh, here's where it gets nasty. They got a...
Commander.
Alright, I'm just going to attack. Why not? We'll see what happens.
Your forces are under attack.
There's an attack being launched from over there, whatever.
Your forces are under attack.
And it's looking like if I had actually brought my SCV carrying that thing with it, I might have been able to actually win here.
Your forces are under attack.
Oh, they've got... Oh. Some guys kind of wandered over here.
Destination.
Your forces are under attack.
Most useful thing we could do at this point is probably to... Oh, the Marines are all dead. Okay. Yeah, so there you go. Those 36 guys punched a hole, did some damage, but I didn't think they'd do as well as they did, so I wasn't really ready to follow up. Alright. Probably should have been ready to follow up, eh? Let's upgrade our vehicles. And let's get another group of Marines going. And this time, let's support our Marines with siege tanks. But we gotta leave enough minerals to create a new base. All our base are gotta belong to us. So they attacked up here. They did a little bit of damage, not very much.
Reporting for duty. Affirmative.
I really don't want those guys to get killed. Send something stupid with them like a vulture.
Reporting for duty. You want a piece of me, boy? Affirmative. Orders, Captain? I read you. Orders, Captain?
They should have a vulture here with them to keep an eye on them.
You want a piece of me, boy? I read you. Want a piece of me, boy? Identify target.
Or those Marines that I'm starting to build now. Yeah, so I really should have won there, but I,
You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy? What do you want?
guys get over here and keep an eye on the entrance.
I dig.
I'm into it.
Destination? Hang
You
on,
just stay here and
ready
don't
for
get
job.
killed.
Orders, sir. Identify target. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Now we don't have a detector. Ah, crap. Come on, vultures, do something about this guy.
Sir. What do you want?
Want me to kill this guy shooting at me? Or my buddy, or whatever? Yeah, so I guess they had some guys wander up here. Yeah, so I'm
Job finished.
playing it kind of risky here.
Your forces are under
Oh,
attack.
great, my forces are under attack.
Outstanding.
Is there a siege tank up there?
What do you want?
Is that what was going on?
I dig. Yeah, I'm going.
As you can see, Goliaths are better than vultures. Because this one Goliath almost beat two vultures. Like, they're both almost dead. Luckily, he didn't just kill one of them outright. What are you doing over here? Get over here and join up with these guys. So we'll need you guys in a minute. Alright. This has all been very sloppily done. Since that first attack went better than I expected, I've been very sloppy. Very sloppy, but...
Yes, sir.
In fact, the point of this exercise now is to establish this base safely and just build up enough guys that we can finish what that group of 36 powered up Marines already started.
Upgrade.
Only this time I was going to use a smaller group of Marines and siege tanks, which is how you're actually supposed to do this level, I think. Sometimes I second guess how the game designers wanted you to beat a level, but for me, large group of Marines usually works, especially in Brood War when you can have medics with them.
Proceeding. Delighted to, sir.
Problem here will be if Wraiths attack. Look, there's a Wraith right there. What do you know? I need to get a science vessel going.
Orders, sir.
Poor guy got cheated out of his kill. He did almost all the damage, I'm sure, but... Alright, let's get a science vessel going. They are expensive, especially in terms of gas, but gas isn't a big problem right now. I've been sucking down plenty of Vespene.
Orders, Captain.
This might be unwise, especially if it draws the Wraith down here before I can finish building. But if the Wraith does not notice me building this, then a missile turret here will actually get rid of the Wraith.
Identify target.
Do we want to blow up the rest of their stuff? The point of this mission is to drop a Zerg beacon in the middle of their base so that the Zerg will destroy it, so it's not a whole lot of point in us taking out the base for ourselves. Yeah, forget it. No. Build one down here just in case they send a Wraith down at some goofy angle. Oh, look, they're attacking me. Tank has 2 kills. I'm surprised at how few kills they're picking up, actually.
Right away, sir.
Yeah, and you have a long mission where you're under attack a lot as the Terrans, and you keep your siege tanks at the front line alive. You're going to have siege tanks like 50, 60 kills by the end of a mission against the Zerg sometimes. And that's assuming the computer's not doing a very good job of fighting your siege tanks.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Affirmative. Orders received.
Okay, got enough minerals coming in now that I can actually do something with these 2 armories I built. Let's get these tanks upgraded some more, and let's get some more tanks built too. Well, that's all my minerals for right now.
Transmit orders.
Let's just...
Not enough energy.
Commencing.
Yep, that was intentional. Trying to drag this Wraith over here so he could get blown up.
I read you. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Still no kills for you, huh? Kind of surprising.
Ready to roll out.
That's got to be a kill for you. No! They keep just ticking off enough damage that the thing barely survives and then gets killed by a Marine. Yeah, actually, they're pretty thin over here. We took the most direct but most thickly populated path. Either that or they pulled all their forces out of here to come attack us when we were getting into the middle of their base.
Orders, Captain. Orders received. Destination.
Or possibly a bit of both.
Headquarters. Let's roll.
There's a kill for the siege tank.
Leaving headquarters.
Ready to roll out.
Alright, now we're talking.
Not enough minerals.
Couple of siege tanks with Marines who are on orders to stand nearby and hold position and shoot at anything that gets close. Then if you got a detector with them that can see far enough to take advantage of the siege tank's range, and you've just got a nasty little force. Very frustrating when it comes up against you and you're all,
Yes, sir.
you know, dug in, ready to repel a siege of melee units, and suddenly it turns out they've got stuff that can, like, shoot farther than your stationary defenders. Yeah. Not gonna bother with Wraiths. Yeah, and if you got a siege tank that's in an elevation and you got a science vessel that can see what's going on, then you can really just annoy the hell out of your enemy by just shooting at stuff as it passes by. I don't know if that infantry, that Marine, was gonna make some kind of ridiculous solo attempt to take out my bunker, but whatever he was gonna do, he got killed.
Commander.
I think 6 tanks is enough. And that's with me leaving tanks behind. Leave no tank behind. I'm bad, and I order you to leave no tank behind. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother to build a refinery there. I would normally. I'm trying to be at least a little bit efficient with time for the sake of the LP. And considering how inefficient I've really been with my time, you can imagine how long it takes me to get a mission normally. I normally sit down and play Starcraft campaign mission if I just, you know, feel like vegging out for a while. Sadly, going out to search for targets with him is probably not going to be useful.
Excellent.
If I get them to chase me, I can draw them into death. Oh, see, I actually did it. I didn't think they'd follow me far enough.
Ready to roll out. Affirmative, sir. Let's roll.
So that was cool.
Excellent.
But yeah, if I really want to do anything cool with the science vessel, I'll have to research some stuff. So let's research irradiate. While I'm waiting for my last armor upgrades and my last pieces of armor to come through.
Destination? Yes, sir.
Upgrade complete.
These are vulture upgrades, so...
Complete.
And I don't care about vultures. You hear that, Bobo? Sorry.
Greetings, Command. Orders, sir. Yes, sir. Proceeding.
Now, siege tanks are so awesome in siege mode, I sometimes forget you can even use them in just regular old assault mode, I think it's called. Yeah, tank mode it's called.
Give me something to shoot. Let's move. Identify target.
Oh, they're heading down there, are they?
Complete.
And I get them more energy so that they can do irradiate with more efficiency, I guess.
Command.
Let's check out the irradiate command. I know we got somebody hanging out down here, although he's about to get killed. We got more guys who came over here?
Affirmative, sir.
No, but this is a place they apparently like to sneak around to just to mess with me, to try to make me nervous. There's a missile turret, no particular reason to mess with that.
Commencing. Excellent.
Here's irradiate.
Let's roll.
See how the unit next to him is also dying? He's dying faster. Wow, I killed several of them. I'm surprised they stood there and took that.
Excellent. Excellent. Identify target. Receiving headquarters.
Not the hindquarters, headquarters. Alright, so we probably want to repair that science vessel. And once we've done that, I guess we're ready to make an attack here. With our mostly fully leveled up siege tanks and our totally fully leveled up marines. And a detector flying around to make sure that wraiths don't mess with them. Wraiths don't do a lot of damage, but having cloaked units attack you just really is irritating. And it confuses the heck out of your units if you're not micromanaging every unit, or every command.
Orders. I read you. Jacked up and good to go. Orders, sir. Absolutely. Proceeding.
And your units do tend to trip over each other a lot in this game.
Greetings, Command. Identify target. Commander. Outstanding. We have you on visual.
Upgrade complete.
So here now we have a little mobile death platform. Isn't it nice? I'll research EMP shockwave just for the hell of it. My headsets are acting up again. I tried to get new headsets, but they were USB instead of the old-fashioned style, which confused, for whatever reason, confused Camtasia, whatever it is I use.
Moving. Standing by. Orders, sir.
Surprised at how, I mean, the siege tanks in siege mode fire slow. You got 6 of them, they're going to kill whatever they shoot at pretty quickly. especially when the computer attacks piecemeal like this, there's really nothing they can do. They could be using siege tanks in siege mode against me, but for whatever reason on this map, they don't do that. But it's always tough to determine when is it time to pick up and move, because they keep sending little piecemeal things, and you know that as soon as you stop being in siege mode, you're going to have more trouble than before. And they landed a dropship up here on my siege tank. That's one of those risks that you take. So you have to switch him... Oh, crap. You have to switch him out of siege mode. That guy chose to target the SCV that was repairing him instead of the tank itself. Not sure if that worked out in their favor or not. Alright, I think it's time to move forward. Move forward. Go ahead. As soon as I say that, we get attacked. At this point, even the siege tanks in this mode are probably pretty good. Oh yeah, now they're like... They really don't like us. I'm trying to decide if I want to pull my guys back for this, or if I'll let the bunkers deal with those guys. Probably just let the bunkers deal with these guys. I don't have a siege tank up there anymore, of course. Haven't lost any of these guys yet. Alright, I think it's time to, I'll save the game in case something stupid happens, but it's time to end this. So let's, grab this guy, and, bring him up here. Wow, I didn't know you were going to come through this way, dude. That's not a path that we've cleared. What are you doing? You're out of your tiny little SCV mind. You're going to get caught in the crossfire. This is why you save before you move the plot essential dudes.
Just promise me we'll never do anything like this again.
I ain't promising you shit, bitch.
We will do whatever it takes to save humanity.
Oh, that's what he said, basically.
Our responsibility is too great to do any less.
Victory for Big Nose SCV guy. Will he pick his nose before I click victory? His animation is on. Come on, man. You just according to Arcturus Minx, you just saved humanity. What do you say, buddy? Oh, he yawned. That's good enough. The Sons of Coal. Once again, I don't trust the resources or constructed's probably accurate, and by the time this is over, I had constructed almost as much stuff as they had, and they start out with, you know, multiple fully built-up bases, so that indicates that I overbuilt probably. Resources I don't trust because they probably started out with a huge stockpile. Although by the end, I had more than they did, so it just goes to show you, I took too long, I built up too much army, I should have won this faster. You can win this one pretty quickly by just launching a lightning raid and bringing your SCV along with you, and just keeping it in the back and keeping it protected, and maybe having another SCV along to repair it in case it gets hit. But no, I just like to really do a lot of damage and then just kind of bring it in. I've played this before and taken well over an hour and just wiped the entire map clean before putting in that psi emitter, which basically renders it pointless. You've already wiped out the base, so what's the point of the psi emitter? Here's what I was really interested in. We killed almost 200 of their units. I didn't think we'd have killed that many. So let's see, is there a cool cinematic? The Zerg, lured by the psi emitter signal, descended upon the unsuspecting Confederate forces and annihilated them. Once again, the Protoss fleet, under the command of High Templar Tassadar, arrived and incinerated the planet. The big push. Well, we're not going to deal with the big push right now, folks. The big push will be next time. So, what do we do in this mission? Well, we found out a horrible truth from our friend Arcturus Minsk, the one who rescued us from that planet where we didn't really need to be rescued from, but whatever. That the Terran Confederacy has actually created the Zerg as a bioweapon. They've created the Berg as a weapon. The Terran Confederacy has created the Zerg as a bioweapon and are sending them against their own people. Why? Just to... I guess they knew that there was resistance to their rule on planets like Chowsara, so they were going to wipe them out in a way that couldn't be traced back to them. But Arcturus Minx has found out the truth, and we punished the Confederacy by, at least in this case, on Antigua Prime, we turned their own forces against them. So, yeah, that's something. And it'll be something else next time. Now we've got the psi-emitter weapon. Kerrigan was horrified by the implications and demanded that it never be used again, but Minsk made no promises. And I think in the next mission we're going to start... we've apparently liberated... Well, I think Chowsara and Marsara, the two Saras... Metal Gear Solid Snake, the twin Saras, they've both been overrun by the Zerg, and then the Protoss fleet burned both worlds. So, as far as I know, there's no life left on those planets, at least not sentient life. And at this point, we don't really know if the Zerg... I shouldn't even be speculating they might be sentient. They just appear to be this horrible, ravenous horde. We know from the fact that we play as them later, you might suggest there's more to it, but... or you might imagine there's more to it. But yeah, basically it looks like all life on Marsar and Charsar has been wiped out by the Protoss. The Confederate world of Antigua Prime, it would now appear that the Sons of Korhal Revolutionary Group has overtaken it. And we finally found out what the name Sons of Korhal must mean, because Minx made reference to the Confederates using nuclear weapons against Korhal, which was apparently a world that had people on it. So there's like now the Sons of Liberty, we will become the Sons of Liberty. The Sons of Korhal now have their own world, and they're going to use it, I'm guessing, as a staging ground for attacks against the Confederacy. The Civil War, which involves the Confederacy, looking like it's going to lose. Confederacies don't do well in civil wars, folks. But yeah, the Civil War is on. And I think in the next mission, if I recall correctly, we're going to take it to the Confederacy. The next mission will be the first one that I didn't get a chance to replay before I started this LP. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. It'll be interesting for me. Hope it's interesting for you, and I hope you guys will tune in for the next video. This is Mysterious JG. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.